Welcome to Pre-Snap Podcast, presented by LineStar app. Here's your host, Casey Bubba and Scott Bogman.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pre-Snap Podcast, brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar Sports. Make sure you check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar NFL. And most importantly, download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Everything you need in the palm of your hands to build your winning DFS lineups. NFL, NHL, PGA is back this week in Hawaii. We have all the sports. You got college basketball all on the app. So just because NFL's dwindling down doesn't mean the LineStar app's not going to be there. Before you know it, baseball's happening. Don't talk about a lockout. Baseball's happening. So all that kind of fun stuff. NFL Week 18. We're here to give you picks and bets. You can find me on Twitter at BDTrick. And my co-host, as always, to help, as he said before the show, and I agree, throw darts on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how we doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a fun championship week. The one I was in, I won, obviously. Steelers still have a fighting chance. Go Jags. Huge Jags fan today. Going to pick them because I have to. So, there's a lot going on. And it's crazy that you see all these different playoff scenarios. And there are 2 spots in the AFC and 1 spot in the NFC. That's all that's left. Everything, all the other spots are clinched. So, but week 18, this is why you don't play regular season long fantasy all the way down here. It makes DFS a lot of fun because there's going to be a lot of good values this week for all kinds of different teams. Speaking of wholesale changes on the Bengals. So, but this week, it's week 1 and the last week of the regular season are always, in my opinion, the toughest to bet because there's so much unknown, right? In week 1, you have so much unknown from, starting lineups and, who's going to break out and all that stuff. In week 18 is who is going to be in the lineup, who's going to be out of the lineup. Are the teams that are eliminated, do they even care? Are they even going to show up? Are they going to get inspired to play? That's why the NFL has moved a lot of, divisional games to this week because you want to see a bunch of divisional games and these guys get up and play in a rivalry game that matters for them. So this week is going to be an interesting one. We'll say that.
Yeah, and a lot of news is going to break after we record. Like, luckily on Wednesday, like Bogman hinted at, the Bengals said we're not playing our starters. Plus, Joe Mixon has COVID, so that one's going to be an easier one to dissect right out the gate. The Packers say they're playing their guys for how. The biggest thing is how long. Like, I could see a lot of these teams playing their guys. Is how long do they play their guys for?
Right,
and that's where
maybe
playing first half bets might be better than full games this week. Stuff like that.
Good call.
Could be something to think about because especially after Saturday night's results, we kind of talked about it on the Monday preview that, if, the Chiefs go out and win, well, now Tennessee has to win. If the Chiefs lose, Tennessee could literally say, screw it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. So
roll all the backups.
Yeah. So there's so many different scenarios that could play out that make it interesting for betting, for DFS. So take it easy if you want, because wild card weekend is going to be awesome, and we'll have a lot more stability with that. But last week, Bogman 6-10 against the spread. I was 9-7. Bog 6-8-2. Over unders, I was 7-7-2. So we're grinding down to the end of the season here, and we'll kick things off Saturday. We got 2 games, and like Bog said, a lot of divisional games, which is really, really cool because at least they want to play for pride. The divisional battles, which is good.
All be divisional games. Is I think every single game.
They're rivalries, basically.
Every single game is a divisional game. Yep.
It's a beautiful thing. And we kick things off. Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City minus 10-point road favorites. Over under 44. Like I said a second ago, if Kansas City wins, it makes Tennessee have to win to get the 1 seed in the division. You got Drew Lock. Looks like he will be playing, even though he's still a little banged up. He looks to be getting the start. Denver got all the receivers back from COVID, if that really matters. But Kansas City looks like they're healthy outside of CEH. Still did not practice on Wednesday. And if he hasn't practiced Thursday, they say he's probably not playing. So keep an eye on that.
I assume the Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not going to play.
Why would you play him?
Yeah, just save him for the playoffs, right?
Yeah. And Terrell Williams has been better anyways.
I mean, let's not go through all that, but CH isn't going to be the difference maker in this game. Like you said, Kansas City has found enormous amount of success regardless of who is back there at running back for them, which Kind of makes you question the CH pick, of course. I think every team that drafts a running back high kind of gets that. But I'm going to take the Chiefs in the over here. They still have a fighting chance for the number 1 overall seed to get a bye week. I think you have to take a big swing at that. Denver is fading fast. I mean, between Drew Lock and Brett Rippon, I don't think it matters. The defense plays great, and, rivalry game, Denver will come with effort. I just don't think they're going to have enough to slow down the Chiefs. Give me Kansas City in the over in this one.
This is the hard one for me because I don't think they can slow down the Chiefs, but their defense has been good enough to keep things interesting. And that's what makes it tough to kind of fathom here. I don't think their offense is going to do much of anything, even though the Chiefs have been getting torched of late. So that kind of makes it kind of a dilemma as well. But the Chiefs got to win, so it's a foot beyond the gas, as they say. Give me the spaghetti under. I don't know what Denver's going to do offensively. So Chiefs and the under to open up our Saturday of action. And game 2 on Saturday evening, Dallas at Philadelphia. Both teams are already in the playoffs. Boggs mentioned a bunch of scenarios. I sent him the thing I found the other day. Most of it is just seeding scenarios because, like he said, there's so many teams already in. So Dallas at Philly. Some teams won't even care about the seeding for the most part. Dallas -7, over under 42.5. Biggest thing here, Cedric Wilson's obviously playing because Gallup's out with the ACL. And Philadelphia looks like it might be Gainwell season because everybody else is out.
Yeah, everyone on the COVID list, like we said on Monday, but they can all come back. I think they all have time. But, it's a lot of practice miss, man. And
exactly. If
practice matters.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter to everybody. The longer you are in the league, the less practice matters. But a lot of young running backs here. So for that reason, even with that reason, I should say, I'm still going to take Philly because they're at home. I think this team is grinding it out at the end of the season real hard. Dallas has kind of been a little wishy-washy on the back end here. So give me Philly at home, but I'll still take the over here. I like what Jalen has been doing, and I kind of wish he wasn't playing so well so that Pittsburgh could trade for him. But not going to happen. He's got to be their starter going into next year as well. Yeah,
the identity of the Philadelphia team's been pretty fun of late. Grind it out, pound the rock, playing pretty good defense. Not great
Jalen, man. A lot of Jalen running. Kind of like the Ravens offense right now.
Yeah, 100%. Because they're running with Jalen, but they're also getting like Howard or Boston Scott. Like
bunch of backs.
Sanders had a couple big weeks before he got hurt. So they're making it happen in that regard. I want to take Dallas so bad, but I faded them last week at home. I might as well fade them on the road. Give me Philadelphia and give me the over. I'm with you. I like the over the best in this game. So I think both teams score. Dallas can move the ball because Philadelphia, their defense is playing better, but they can still get torched in the passing game, especially by tight ends. Schultz went off last time. We'll talk about that on the DFS side, but I like Philly and the over in that one. Sunday. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Baltimore -5.5, over under 42. Big Ben has just got to be out of steam by now.
I mean, Big Ben was out of steam 2 years ago, so I'm not worried about Ben in this game. I think what I worry about is that Ravens defense bowing up and playing well. I look, they got torched by Burrow and the Bengals, right? Then they kind of held their own against the Rams. I mean, they barely lost that game. It was a home game for them and they lost, but the Rams are a playoff team and they held their own. So that is why they're favored, but I don't see Baltimore beating anybody by 5.5. So I'm going to take my Steelers here. I'm going to take the under 2. I think this is your classic AFC North. What we want in this game is Pittsburgh to at least give themselves a chance. Counting on the Jags is not a great scenario to be in, but give themselves a chance and get TJ Watt those 2 sacks. So for me, I'm going to take Pittsburgh and get the under.
I think TJ Watt will get those 2 sacks because regardless, it'll be a running quarterback, which will run into sacks. Man,
it looks like it's going to be Huntley. Lamar didn't practice again on Wednesday.
I like Huntley too. I really do. I just don't know if they can cover 5.5. So I'll take Pitt as well, and I'll take the under. We're on the same page here. I think it's kind of a back and forth, ugly football game, especially the way we saw Ben throw the ball on Monday. That was just. By the way, the
Ravens, same scenario as the Steelers. So if they win and Jacksonville beats the Colts and the last game doesn't tie, they could get in, but they have a 3% chance, whereas Pittsburgh has a 5% chance. I don't know what the difference is.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So that's good. Saying there's a chance.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Who else has a chance? Cincinnati, because they've already clinched the AFC North. taking on the Cleveland Browns. Was supposed to be without Baker. Now maybe Baker. It's all over the board, but doesn't matter.
Baker
I don't
ain't
know.
playing. He's gonna have surgery. He ain't
Cleveland -3 over under 44, and since he's sitting everybody.
Yeah, I'm Cleveland. Since he has no reason to screw around in this game. So give me the Browns, and I go back and forth. And I'll take the over. Brandon Allen's okay. He at least has NFL experience. And Case Keenum, I think, makes this offense better. Baker just,
we've been saying that for a while.
I know I don't like Baker, and I love seeing him get smashed. But I just think that, I think full health, Baker's way better than Case Keenum. But right now, Case Keenum's better than Baker.
Yeah, this is getting boring taking a lot of the same picks right now, but I'm going to take Cleveland as well because I'll take Keenum. We saw he was better when they had him before. So I'll take Keenum. Actually, I'll take the under in this game, though. I'll take Keenum and the under. So it'll be a little different because I think there's still going to be some ugliness in turnovers when it comes to those two teams. Washington at the New York Giants, talking about ugliness here. Washington -6.5 over under 38.5. At least no stadium should be. Do you see how they repaired their stadium?
Oh, didn't they tape it or something?
Zip ties.
You know what? A zip ties, that'll get it done.
Yeah. Might as well use baling wire and duct tape wire at it, boys.
I mean, it's I tell you what, that way better than what's going on internally in Washington.
True. They're using the same type of techniques to cover it up, though.
Yep. Oh, good Lord. Give me Washington in the under. The Giants have completely given up on Joe Judge. He's worthless. I hate everything they're doing there. Give me Washington in the under.
This is tough.
And it's 90. The public. Yeah. I mean, if you want to fade the public,
I'm taking the Giants.
Washington and under. Oh, I did it last week, dude, and it didn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking the Giants just because it's ugly all around. I'm gonna take Giants. I'm gonna take the over in this game. Give me Giants in the over. Let's have some fun. Let's party. Give out some free medium sodas or whatever they're doing over there. Let's have some fun. Chicago at Minnesota. Minnesota -2.5 over under 44.5. And we get Justin Fields back this weekend. And we don't know about Cousins just yet.
Yeah, I don't care. I think the Vikings are going to give up on Zimmer after completely throwing Kellen Mond under the bus.
That was amazing. I still laugh.
I love it. I love it. It's savage. He just threw that Aggie right under the bus. So Mike Zimmer, I really, really like. But give me Chicago in the under here. They're at least fighting. And, I know Bears fans don't want to hear it, but this might not be it for Nagy.
No, we'll not see. The way they've been playing the last month.
They're playing for him, man. So, if you can inspire guys, maybe it's not time to fire him. But
a lot to be said. Maybe he was right. Maybe Fields just wasn't ready yet. Who knows? Really, who knows? But I'll take Chicago, but I'll take the over. I'll take the over because Minnesota can't play defense, and somehow Cousins will play and they'll score some points. So give me Chicago and give me the over. I think Chicago wins outright in this one. Tennessee at Houston. This is the fun one. Again, if the Chiefs win, Tennessee has to win to get the 1 seed, which they want because they activated Derrick Henry today to be able to come back within 3 weeks. So Tennessee -10.5 over under 43.
I gotta take Houston. I'll take the over, and let's remember in rivalry games and in these scenarios that the Titans exist because they pulled the Oilers away from Houston. So if there's any game that Houston wants to win, it's against Tennessee 2 times a year. So don't know that it'll happen, but Houston beat Tennessee earlier this year, didn't they? So wasn't that the one in Tennessee that was a big surprising game? It was like after they lost Derrick Henry, but they had just beat the Rams and then the Ravens or Bengals or somebody. They beat 2 good teams in a row. And then they lost the Texans. Give me the Texans against the spread. I don't think they'll win. I think they'll cover either way. And I will also take the over because Bills have been playing okay.
Yep. Give me Houston and the over as well. We're on the same page here. Tennessee wins, but Houston keeps it close at home. Cooks, even in the rough game that Mills had last week against the Niners, Cooks still feasted. They're going to find ways to get it done here. And Tennessee, I don't see them putting up crazy points. So it should be a fun one for sure. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Indy -15.5 on the road over under 44.
Jacksonville has beat Indy every time since 2014 in Jacksonville. Let's get it done, Jags. That's right. That's true.
Impressive.
The Colts have not won a game in Jacksonville since 2014. So, I mean, it's just one of those.
What is Shad Khan doing to their locker room?
Yeah. So give me the one good Trevor Lawrence game at the very end of the year. I'll take it. Walk it off for me, Trevor. Let's get it, buddy. So give me the Jaguars and give me the under, because that defense is going to hold Jonathan Taylor. I don't think they have an actual shot to win this game, so I'm not expecting them to win. I think they can cover 15.5 if Carson Wentz has to throw the ball downfield. He's been handing out picks like he's Baker Mayfield recently. So I'll take the Jags plus 15.5.
I'll take the Jags as well. The Colts definitely win this football game, but I'll take the Jags to cover. Like, giving that many points on the road is just crazy. And if they get up big early, they're going to start sitting guys. So you got to put the back door always in play. If you're someone likes to do teasers, tease the Jags even higher. I think you'd be very, very happy with that. So I'll take the Jags, and I'll take the over in this one, because I think we're talking like 31-21 type thing in this game. Like, there's going to be points in this one.
Right, Jags.
Green Bay at Detroit. Green Bay minus 11, over under 44.5. For now, Green Bay says they're playing everybody. I don't believe it, at least not for the whole game. So what do you think?
You can't even get this number on a lot of books because it's NA right now in a lot of spots. The line that I found is Green Bay by 11, and then the over is 45.5 or 44.5. Excuse me. So it's going to be somewhere in that range. It looks like. I'm just going to take Detroit in the under, because I don't think Green Bay ends up playing people. So I think this one is going to be Detroit to cover the 11. It's a home game for Detroit. They've been playing some good ball. I know Dan Campbell wants to finish on an exclamation point here. So give me Detroit. Give me the under.
I'm going to take Detroit for sure, because that's what we do on this show, is we take Detroit. And especially if Green Bay is not playing the whole game, then we got that going for us too. But I'll take Detroit, but give me the over in this one. I'm going to go over to make things a little more interesting. Detroit in the over.
All right.
Go ahead. We'll see how that one goes. But now we go back to the AFC East for some more fun. The New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. Bills minus 16.5, over under 43.5. Again, big spread for a team that technically does not need to play the whole game.
Yeah, and do the Bills usually cover these giant spreads? I mean,
once in a while.
Yeah.
If they're playing the Dolphins, they do.
I just don't. Look, the Jets played the Bucks hard last week, right? And they're at home again. No, this one's in Buffalo. I'm still going to take the Jets. That's too many points. Give me the Jets and give me the over. Let's go, Zach Wilson. This is another first-year head coach. I think if you have veteran coaches here, a lot of time what you're going to see is, them kind of give off the, all right, we're going on vacation vibe, blah, 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 blah. These first, second-year guys, they want to see what guys have at the end of the year. Do you still have it? Because if you give it to me week 18 of the regular season, when you're playing for nothing, you're going to give it to me when, it needs to happen. So give me the Jets, give me the over.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jets as well. They've really got it going with Berrios and Wilson, and they've kept it interesting at least. I'll take the Jets in this one. Yeah, and I guess I'll go over, just because if I believe the Jets cover, then the over should hit, because Buffalo still is going to score. I'm not crazy about that. But if I think the Jets cover, then the over is definitely in play. New Orleans at Atlanta. New Orleans minus 4.5, over under a 40. If New Orleans wins and the Niners lose, New Orleans is in. So what you got?
Yeah, give New Orleans the credit. They're in position to get into the playoffs. So give me the Saints and give me the over. I think you want to keep scoring all you can to make sure you put your foot on the gas here against your division rivals. So give me the Saints and the over.
I'll take New Orleans as well, but the problem is you want to keep scoring and keep scoring. It's a great idea. They just can't. So I'll take the under, because their defense is so good, which is why they win this game. But that offense, it's like, do just enough to win and don't screw it up, Taysom. That's what we ask you to do. Carolina at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay minus 8, over under 41.5.
I'm going to be taking Tampa Bay in this, because Carolina is laying down at the end of the year. They do not care. They ain't playing for Matt Rule very hard at all. So give me Tampa Bay. Give me the over. I know their favorite thing to do over the last couple of weeks is not cover. I get it, but I have no faith in Carolina.
Yeah, it's fair. And we keep saying Brady revenge. Brady's going to want to get momentum going into the postseason. So he's going to be telling Bruce, like, hey, let's do this. We need to get these boys clicking. Godwin's out. Obviously, AB's gone. Evans is still banged up, but he's playing. Let's get these young kids involved. Let's make some stuff happen. So give me Tampa Bay as well. and I'll take the over because I think it's another 30 spot coming in from Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay and the over as we head into the afternoon action. Niners at the Rams. Rams -4, over under 44.5. Niners win, they're in. Niners lose, probably not in. Rams just working on, figuring things out as they backpedaled into the postseason.
Yeah, I know. I think there's some seeding stuff with the Rams here too. They can move up a spot or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take the Niners here. The Rams are the definition of a team that is backing into the playoffs, and that doesn't mean they can't get hot in the playoffs and win the whole thing, because this is a team that Bubba and I both like going into the season. So the talent is on the roster. They can absolutely do it. They can go to the Super Bowl and win it. I'll say that for them. They're a good squad. I think they're a better squad than the Niners. I think the Niners are playing harder than the Rams right now. So give me San Francisco, even on the road, to get into playoffs. I will also take the under, because I think it's going to take, obviously, a couple big stops from their defense. We saw Baltimore do it against the Rams last week. Matt Stafford is not himself right now. Give me the Niners. Give me the under.
I'm going to take the Niners as well. I'm not confident in it, but what I've seen from the Rams and the Niners defense is the part I like the most right now.
Yeah.
That and the fact they can run the footballs. As the greats used to say, if you can hit the road with a running game and a defense, you can beat anybody. Give me the Niners in this one, playing for their lives, their playoff lives here, but I'll take the over. I think there's just enough to make some offense in this game, make it go over, because I think the Rams will get some. I just don't think it's going to be enough. New England at Miami. New England -7, over under of 40. Miami's donezo for the season.
Yeah, I mean, Bub, I'll let you go first on this one, since these are your boys here for Miami. Are you going to take them, or are you going to take the Patriots?
I'm taking Miami +7 in this game, because I think they still fight hard here. Flores against his old team, Week 18, New England. Well, the Brady New England teams always struggled in South Beach. That was always the thing. I've went to a game there and watched the Dolphins cover. So it's fun stuff. So I'll take Miami in this one. I'm taking the over in this one, but I'm not confident in the over-under at all.
I'm actually more confident in the over. I think last week what we saw from Mac Jones was get his confidence up. I think you want to do that again if you're Miami. Let him throw it. If you're Miami, if you're New England, you let him throw it a little bit, boost him up a little bit before he gets on that playoff run. But I'll take Miami too here. I don't know, man. Miami plays hard. Like you said, it's Flores against his old team, a rivalry game. This is why you make these games like this at the end of the year for the NFL. You schedule them up division rivals because guys will want to play harder. So give me Miami, give me the over.
Yep. Seattle at Arizona. Arizona -6.5, over under 48. Pretty much seeding is all is involved for Arizona. Seattle is hasta la bye-bye in this one.
Yeah, this game sucks. I don't want to touch it at all. DFS wise, betting wise, I'll throw a dart. I'll take the Cardinals at home, and I'll take the over, because both these teams like to score.
I'll take Seattle in the over, just for the fact that I think Arizona might get up early, but they're not going to want Kyler to get hurt. And honestly, I don't think they're that worried about seeding. I think they'd rather be healthy going into the postseason. So I think it's a lot of Russell Wilson and company, and we might see mix and matches of Arizona options out there. So Seattle and the over, pure speculation. I wouldn't bet this game, period. Sunday night football, Chargers at the Vegas Raiders. This game has playoff implications. Chargers -2.5, over under 49.5.
I mean, who wants to choke less, I think, is the thing.
It's a yearly tradition for both teams.
I know, man. I like Justin Herbert more than I like Derek Carr, so I will take the Chargers on the road. 49.5 is perfect. I'll take the under. Give me the Chargers in the under. I think if the Chargers win, it's because the Raiders couldn't get their running game going, which is pretty much all they have right now. So give me the Chargers and give me the under.
Yeah, this is way harder than it should be. It really is. I'll take the chalk and I'll take the Chargers, but my goodness, this is not confident at all. Part of me hopes the Raiders win, because Chargers Twitter would melt down, and then we could watch the Raiders Twitter melt down in the playoffs. It'd be just the best of both worlds. But give me the Chargers and give me the under. I'll go with you. It's the fact they flexed this game into Sunday night, it's really bad. Like really, really bad. But
yeah, I mean,
I get it. It's the only two teams that had the same implications in the game. I get it. But
yeah,
it's not great.
It's
not
basically a playoff game, so you have to put it in there. I mean, those we'll be watching religiously. So
it is. Yeah, I'll make sure to tune into this one, Bob. But that'll do it. That'll wrap us up. Week 18 again. If you guys want to watch the pre-snap podcast and then maybe the on deck show later this year, plus other awesome content at LineStar. Go check out the LineStar YouTube channel. You can watch it over there because you get all our goofy reactions and watch me turn red about things and stuff. It's fun times for sure. Also, if you guys give us a rate and review on iTunes or Spotify, we truly would appreciate that. It would help the podcast out a ton. But become a member over at LineStar. You get emailed articles for all the sports, golf, like MMA, everything to keep you up to date and ready for your DFS action. But more importantly, follow them on Twitter at LineStar App and at LineStar NFL. Follow Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm at BD Intric. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow with your main slate preview and maybe a little Saturday preview as well. But for now, this was the picks and bets for Week 18 Pre-Snap podcast. Catch you guys later.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Pre-Snap Podcast, presented by LineStar App. Please like, comment, subscribe, and rate for good karma in your fantasy football game.